Yeah, man. Green Sage 9. Gazer number 9. So, it's just crazy. So, I'm making this video basically, man, in response to this man, VontooCut. Shouts out to We Are Woke. They just posted another video, basically of VontooCut and his sidekick, this other little youngin, basically explaining the logic behind what they said as far as ego death and a bunch of other nonsense that they were saying, man. Yo, just peeping dudes laugh in the beginning of the video, it just sounds off. Sounds almost low-key demonic, yo. And his smile and everything about him, his energy is off. Man, you know what? What I found when I listened to dude speak, him and the other gentleman speak, was a lot of what I was hearing was basically them using, see, in this, the way this reality works, and the way this third dimension works, is that there's certain rules, universal rules to every dimension. As you go up in dimension, you become less non-physical, and there's a reason why God universe divided up the different dimensions and has different rules and different lessons you learn in each dimension. Now, I hear Vaughn keep on going back to this whole concept of that we're basically all one, which is true. Anybody who knows the law of one, there's actually a book called The Law of One, and the book basically outlines, basically, and explains that as far as everyone and every living thing that essentially has the God spark is essentially part of a collective consciousness, which essentially makes us all one. But the thing about how Vaughn and this guy was basically explaining things and twisting things, he was basically taking higher dimensional knowledge, or I would say higher dimensional rules and wisdom, and applying it to lower dimensional realms such as 3D, 4D, and 5D, applying universal laws that are basically 6D and higher, all the way up to source itself, and applying those specific laws of karma and law of one to 3D. We are now in 3D, shifted into 4D, and at the end of everything, we should be in the few that do make it through the big shift, which I don't think Fawn's gonna make it through anymore because his vibration seems mad low right now. But anyway, basically, 3D to 5D, the rules of karma and the rules of law of one apply differently. So when when you're in a lower dimension such as 3D, 4D, and 5D, you experience separation and you become an individual consciousness, an individual point of consciousness in God's source. So here in this particular realm, even though in higher realms, because then again we are multidimensional, so we do have a higher soul, oversoul. Our higher self is essentially our oversoul, and our oversoul is in a higher dimension, looking down, is basically monitoring us. And that oversoul basically in the higher dimensions is a collective of other soul consciousness. So a person can share and a person in 3D can share the same higher soul. So, excuse me, the same over soul. Hence, where you're able to think, you're able to read people's minds and so on and so forth, and you're able to know what a person is thinking from far away, and some other abilities they may have, because essentially in a higher dimension, your oversoul is their oversoul as well. So in that form, in that way of thought, we are connected, but in the 3D, everyone's having their individual experience, and we specifically chose that coming down into this dimension. So a lot of the stuff that he was saying, you can tell something's wrong with dude. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to laugh at nothing like that, but a lot of people following dude. You got to be careful. You can even sense it, Look with your third eye. Look with your first eye. His whole demeanor, his whole energy has changed. And right now, the whole game, the simulation, the whole matrix is right now. What everyone needs to be doing is raising that vibration, because if you pay attention to the Schumann resonance, which is the Schumann resonance for people who don't know, put you on D onto something. The Schumann resonance basically is Earth's frequency. Earth is a living entity, it's a living being, and even right now, Earth itself is going through an ascension. So an ascension itself. So Earth is actually raising the 5D. You could even look at it as an analogy, as we as humans are a flea or fleas on a dog's back. The dog being Earth. The dog, which is Earth, is ascending itself into 5D. Those who can't make the shift with Earth, they're gonna be split. They're gonna go one way, and the people who are able to make the shift are gonna go the other way. Basically, those who make the shift at a very high vibration are gonna be able to live on the new Earth, which is gonna be about love, love and basically heaven on earth, you can say. But there is going to be tribulation pretty soon, and that's why you see all the elites and all this stuff that's happening right now with the virus and the upcoming food shortages. Right now, they're trying to lower a lot of people. They're trying to bring a lot of people with them. All those evil elites, all those people who are low in vibration, who are in control, excuse me, are basically trying to do a lot of things to bring as much people as they can with them on their way out. So therefore, they're causing chaos, pain, and all this confusion. And right now, from what Vom is right now and what he's saying, he's causing a lot of confusion for a lot of people who look up to him. Not myself included, because I'm like I said, I'm just an observer. I'm already woke. I know way more than Vaughn, and I know a lot more rules of the universal laws, and I've had my own ego death of some sort as well. But what I can tell you is what he says is correct, but he's applying different rules from higher levels of for higher level realms to lower realms, which every God separated each realm on purpose and has different rules and lessons you're supposed to learn in each realm. So, yeah, I'm so glad that I woke up before. I'm not waking up right now, and because these teachers now, these youngins who are trying to really spit this knowledge to the younger folks, they ain't really good teachers, because they just learning all this stuff within the last year. And people, when I woke up, I was like, by 8 years ago, I came across master teachers such as Dr. Delbert Blair, such as Dolores Cannon, such as Dr. Sabi, and a couple others. And aside from me doing the work and opening here and raising my vibration to get a lot of information from source, they kind of steer me and open my eyes to a lot of things. But yeah, I tell you, man. So, I mean, for the most part, please, like the video, subscribe, Green Sage 9. I never thought I'd be doing YouTube like that, like heavy, but these youngins coming causing a lot of havoc in the last quarter, in the fourth quarter, where everyone's supposed to be getting that vibration up and coming along for the ride. So for any type of advice, any type of breakdown of, I got a lot of knowledge, and I'm more of a writer, I'm more of a writer than actual YouTube, recording type of thing. But any kind of questions, for any of you guys who have any kind of questions, or I can definitely try to help answer them to you, and give you some type of insight and thought. I have a lot of wealth of knowledge, yeah. So anyway, yeah, Green Sage 9. Peace.